the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up next, it's the Jets, reigning league MVP.
He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Jets and the Bills on Sunday night primetime.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty. So the Jets take the field for their first drive. And in his 8th season as a QB, he's the one to lead them out.
As you take the field coming off of a real late season bye, you just want to maximize what last week was all about. Making sure that physically, mentally, emotionally, you're recharged so you can go attack the final stretch of this season.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. On the move, looking deep. This is brought in at the 15. He will go. Touchdown, New York. The Jets finish off their opening drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. On the move, headed right. Now he throws deep across the field, left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
They're going play action. He rolls to his right. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Flushed out of the pocket. Caught, nice gain left side.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
We've hit the end of one in this showdown between two of the league's best. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from MetLife coming right up. Back now for the second quarter, and the Jets, they've got to look towards that end zone. He'll throw it yet again. Forced out to his right. Now here he goes. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Flush, and he scores! It's a New York touchdown! The Jets take a second quarter lead. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
It's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, That's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. Airing it out to start this drive. Escapes out to the left. Big gain downfield. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets need only one to take the lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And his touchdown, another one for him this season, as he continues to sit among the NFL's best at punching it in himself this year. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's on the move. Has it downfield, working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The early returns on the stat sheet have been good so far, partner. He's off to the exact kind of start they were hoping he'd have.
Yeah, you can just feel the rhythm, the timing, the tempo, and that ball is zipping all over the field.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Pass play on 1st and 10. Buys time, rolling right. Connects with the open man downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. And what a feat he just achieved. 6,000 yards in a season. I think all of us thought even in this past crazy league that mark was almost unreachable. He just proved you can get there. Man, he's going to be forever remembered as the first one who did. Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. 1st and goal here. Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take the lead just before halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Jets are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And among dual threats in the NFL so far this season, there has been no equal. He's leading all quarterbacks in rushing yards to this point. Airing it out to start this drive. Escapes the pocket. On the move, looking deep. He's got it at the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. First and 10 after that last highlights. They're at the 30. He'll throw it. Complete over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Rolling left, buying some time. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So it's 2nd down coming up.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Getting out to his left. And he scores. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets grow the lead coming out of halftime. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. First and 10, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Throwing now from the gun. On the move, headed right. That's caught. He found some space. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He picks up 28 on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has it at the 7. And that's a New York touchdown. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Jets stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. A 2nd touchdown through the air for him, Brock. And independent of the game situation, we both know he's going to be happy to leave the field with 2 of them in 1 game.
1 touchdown, you just might be right time, right place. But 2 touchdowns in a game is always about the preparation. The separations and the preparation. It's doing that work on the practice field and knowing before the game that when my number's called, I'm going to be there to deliver.
They'll come out throwing. Forced out to his right. Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. And he continues to rise higher and higher as this game goes on. That's now a 500-yard performance for him. Less than 30 times that's ever happened, which puts in perspective the enormity of what he's accomplished here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Flush down out to his left. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York! The Jets make it a 3-score game in the fourth. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
First and 10, they're going to throw. He's on the move. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he will score. It's a New York touchdown. The Jets put up even more points in a win. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Bails out of the pocket quick. Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Now, they don't need points anymore, Brock, but can they resist piling on? Let's see. It's first and goal. Chased out to his right. And they take this in for the score. The Jets keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
So the win goes to the Jets. And yet another challenger is vanquished as they continue to carry this undefeated season in November.